say when there are no words. Feel a song that's never been heard. How do you know when you hear the call? What do you do when you've done it all? Cannonball, cannonball, cannonball. It's not what you do, it's how you do. Be anything you want to be. It's not what you got, it's how you use it. You be you and I'll be me, it's just a matter of style. You can't fake it, mile after mile, feeling free. If you got the soul, you can make it. Move them out, let them roll, from sea to shining sea. Ball, cannonball. What do you do when the mountain is there? How do you answer the challenging day? And when your back's against the wall, what do you do when you've done it all? Cannonball, cannonball, cannonball. It's not what you do, it's how you do. Be anything you want to be. It's not what you got, it's how you use it. You be you and I'll be me, it's just a matter of style. You can't fake it, mile after mile, feeling free. If you got the soul, you can make it. Move them out, let them roll, from sea to shining sea.
Yes, indeed. Good afternoon, morning, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers and sisters. This is the Apex Online Racing F1 2016 Season 13, Round 4 here at Catalunya in Spain. My name is King-Kodiak and I will be one of your commentators for this evening's race. I will be joining Ryan-L83 in the commentary box ever so shortly, once I have sorted out my windows here. Right, let's get on with the show then, shall we? I'm just going to hop back into the commentary box, and I will also be joined by our guest info giver, our pit lane expert, Mr. Marco FD. So I'm now jumping back in.
These drivers will last on the first set of wets. If they go on a second set of them, or they can skip to the inters or skip to the tries altogether. So yeah, definitely an interesting one. And for quali, expect low 20s. Right now, Nuka set fastest lap time, 20.8. But we can expect 20 flats and maybe even someone managing a 99 here online.
And Kodiak has finally joined us in the booth. Hello, Kodiak.
I am here, yes. My blooming intro crashed again before it started, so I got a bit delayed, and my intro seems to last longer than yours for some reason. So I put too much gumph in it. But
we've got a mixed race again. We've got heavy rain for the race, and it's going to dry up as Marco mentioned. So this is going to be quite an interesting race as Wycombs is coming into the pits as he's provisionally P4 on those medium compound tyres. So Kodiak, I don't know if you are a fan of Spain or not, but
I love Catalunya. I enjoyed today's race. I must admit, in real life, it's nice when our season coincides with the real one. I love Catalunya from a commentator's perspective as well. Good after morning to those in the Twitch channel that have already commented. Good to see you all. And I was looking at Berg, who was our pole sitter. It's just changed to Fab Racer, actually. Very nicely done. In the McLaren. Good job to you. Yeah, love Catalunya. as we've seen some brilliant action going on here. So, yeah, can't wait. Cannot wait.
Should be a cracker, considering last time out in China we had that classic triple threat to decide who wins the Grand Prix last time out in Shanghai. So we hope to see that again for a second race in a row. To my side, just to give you a bit of a notification ahead of this, if the stream goes down on YouTube, then there is a backup on Twitch. So if you see the stream go down, then go to Twitch instead, and I'll upload the video afterwards. But that is just as a backup situation, so stay to YouTube, of course, and that's all I can say, really. But throughout the race, we are going to be speaking to Marco, as a lot of you gave some good feedback on this, so we are going to keep it for the remainder of the season. And also, I want to give a shout out to Marco as well for providing the lap guide, the lap for Catalunya this week. So, Marco, thank you very much, and I do appreciate your time and effort to put that in.
You're welcome, Ryan. It was my pleasure.
Awesome stuff there.
And just want to quickly just say, okay, we will be inviting other AOR drivers from all across platforms if they want to get involved with this to give their lap of every track in the round. So,
lovely stuff.
Any AOR drivers out there, hit me up on Twitter, and we'll get something sorted for you. But fella is just about to come. He's in the pits actually. I thought he was going to do a lap. Unfortunately, had that punch on the last lap of the race, if I recall, last week.
He did. I actually looked up how to say his name properly. I actually Google translated it. It's Filer. So, Filer, yes. Which, ironically, we've been pronouncing it as essentially failure. And if you translate the word Filer into English, it actually says the same word. It's failure. So, but he's been doing a stunning job here, as I've just seen Nick B get a great drift on the medium tyres. So interesting to see a mixture of tyres being used. Hypnotisement, yes it is. I looked it up and Feeler himself actually confirmed it. So yes it is. Stop arguing. Just do stop. Right. One thing.
Isn't it more like failure?
Well, it's the translation I heard was Feeler.
Just want to quickly mention to anyone just watching this for the first time, we've got some new drivers making their first appearance in Split 1 this evening. One of them is who I'm watching right now in the banana car, the Renault, Papa Socrates.
Papa Socrates, yes.
I'm going to probably say Papa instead, but he's in P8, so it's not a bad job there. P8 on the soft tyre.
Doing far better than the real-life Jolyon Palmer. Now, yes, Papa Socrates has replaced Massachusetts. Massachusetts, unfortunately, has had to pull out of this season, and he has been replaced by Papa Socrates, who has come up from Split 2. So, a good effort for him. And another driver I want to find that has done the same thing is this man, currently is 7th, so an excellent effort for him. He's in the garage, so I can't jump to him. It's Slick.
Yeah,
he has.
I know. Actually, he's a member of my community. He's very good. He's a very quick driver, and he was also in Split 2 as well. As those two are actually fighting for the lead of the championship, I believe, in Split 2. So, two big names coming across to Split 1, taking the plunge, and we hope to see them up at the top of the field.
Now, one thing I do want to display is the championship standings. I've prepared an image for those. So Nick B, predictably, at the top of the field with 2 wins and 1 second to his name. Second is Berg von Trips with win at second, and sadly crashed out early on last week. Afro with 2 excellent third positions. Sadly didn't score points last time around. He's quite a way back from the leader at the moment. Wycombs jumps up to 4th position with his awesome second last time around. Ramjop came to us as Marco's replacement after round 1, so he with 2 4th positions, he currently lies in 5th place on 24. Nally in 6th with get a couple of decent point scoring positions. F. Donaso jumped up to 7th position with his podium last time out. Kalon in 8th, he's scored points, he's been increasing his points haul each race, so looking good. Feeler, or Failer, however it's being pronounced, is currently in 9th. He's had a couple of 7th positions, but sadly didn't score points last time out. He's on 12. Larkso, sadly, he's not with us. He's not able to make it this time around. He rounds out the top 10. He's not finished the last few rounds, so hopefully better luck for him. Championships team standings, so Ferrari topping the tables quite some way over McLaren, and with Mercedes holding out 3rd. Manor 4. How we would have loved to have seen that. Red Bull 5, Toro Rosso 6, Force India 7, Williams 8, Haas 9, and the Bananas at the bottom at the moment, but we will see how their new boy stats up. And yes, so 2 poles actually to Fab Donoso, 1 to Nick, as you can see on the right there, and Afro, Donoso, Wycombs with the fastest laps so far this season.
On board with Kalon, obviously, I've got to say, it impressed me so far this season, one of the underdogs to keep an eye on as he's coming round the final corner then, and this is going to be somewhere in the 120s, I believe. It's a 120.6, which puts him P6 at the minute for the Ferrari driver, so not a bad time there. And will we see anyone break the 119 barrier is the big question right now, as Berg is still your provisional pole position with the 120.2, with Nally surprising P2 for him. I've got to say, very impressed with him. Only a 10th behind Berg, with Afro in P3 and Fab Racer in P4, with Fizzy in P5. A good job there for the Manor driver as well. And I believe everyone, apart from a couple of drivers, Wycombs, Nick B, are on the medium compound tyre, which I think they should realise now it's a wet start, so I think they should go on those soft tyres and get a good time up and get to the top of the field.
According to the list, only Wycombs and Nick B have a time set on those medium tyres, so most people using those soft tyres already to get their laps out. So who is currently on track? 7 cars currently out there.
Papa's on a lap.
Yeah, that's he is.
The final sector, driving as probably one of the favourite drivers in England right now. Not Jody Palmer from his issues he's had in real life today. He had a poor performance, and he's coming to the pit.
He's come in.
We always pick them up when they go into the pit. So.
He almost.
Wycombs has just gone pole.
Wycombs has just snatched pole position then with, what was his lap time? It was a 20. Oh no, that's not right. I thought I was going to say 120.7 then.
120.124, less than a tenth separating him and Berg. Very nice for that Manor.
He's about just exactly a tenth in the first sector up, and then he was down in the half a tenth, and then he was up by another tenth. So very close, I've got to say, between Wycombs and Berg, and I think this will be the 2 ones. And Nick B's just moved to the P3 as well, with a 120.2. Very close. The top 3 covered by just a tenth of a second, with 5 minutes to go.
It's the same.
The top 15 is covered by 9 tenths.
Oh, you broke up quite a bit there, Marco. Try that one again.
Sorry, the top 15 is 9 tenths.
Oh, Struth. Yeah, that it is. Right the way down to Slick in 16th is just shy of a second.
Afro coming back out again for another run, driving as the great JB in the McLaren Honda as he's on his outlap. Mathis as well, also on his outlap. Slick, obviously making his first appearance this evening in AOR in Split 1, is a P16 currently, and I think he's on an in-lap, I believe. So I think he'll try and get some time. Wycomb's making his way back to the pits, as most of these drivers will be coming out right now. Berg is one of them, definitely, as he's got a Torossa behind him. I don't know who that is, but Berg driving as Lewis Hamilton, who won the Grand Prix this afternoon. So
spoilers.
Spoilers. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll hope Hamilton brings it home, as we'll have to wait and see. Actually, we don't want to give the commentators curse. We did it with Saffron in Australia, so... Well,
let's hope Saf has I was just actually looking for Saf. He's not on track at the moment. Let's hope he has better luck this time in the rain than he did in Australia. Hypnotisement on my side asks, who was the driver of the day? Assumingly, I think you mean real life. It was a bit of a shock to see only the top 3 not lapped, but that just shows the pace that is in that Mercedes and Ferrari. Ryan?
In real life, it was Sebastian Vettel that won it.
Driver of the day?
Yeah, in Driver of the Day in real life, which I was a bit surprised about, because I was expecting Pascal Wehrlein to get that, but if it was AOR, I think it was Nick B that won it last time out in China. So yeah, I was a bit surprised, but wonder what the people of chat think should deserve to be Driver of the Day in Spain this...
I want to give a shout out to Esteban Ocon for a solid fifth place from quite a long way back in the Force India.
Saffron's just made out of the pit, so I think he's only doing one run actually, which could be tactical perhaps, maybe saving some tyres for the race, maybe depending on how long the rain lasts, maybe may go aggressive, maybe some soft tyres maybe, potentially we'll have to wait and see.
He's got a Haas nailed to his rear wing. Oh, he's getting out of the way of, so see if we can figure out who that was.
He outshifted actually through turn 3, which is quite a surprise really. I don't really expect to see that, but maybe it helps him a little bit, I'm not too sure, but he's done a 21.9 first sector, which is pretty quick, I've got to say. Still down on Wycombs at the minute in the first sector by about half a tenth. So he's got a lot of work to do here, Berg, if he wants to get that pole position. He has been quicker than Wycombe's in the middle sector, just like McLaren actually. You know, McLaren being super quick in that middle sector. Like Fernando Alonso in qualifying, so
nearly everyone is actually on track,
which is going to cause a little bit of issues now. As Berg a 29 flat once again. He's only 200ths off his best lap in that middle sector, so he's still the quickest in that middle sector. As he's coming up towards the final couple of corners, then, and very crucial is when he's run a little bit wide before the very tight left-right chicane. And is this going to be pole position for Berg? It's going to be pretty close, this one, but we're about to find out. Is Berg going to snatch pole?
Yes, he does.
0.122.
0.02 of a second in it.
That is insane. We'll have to see Wycombe's. Where is Wycombe's? There
Come around the last turn. So he's
starting
just
a lap.
No, he's just starting one.
Here we go. We're going to watch Wycombe then on board with him as he's coming down the main straight towards turn 1. A very crucial one to get right here before the long sweeping turn 3. He locks the front right a little bit, but he takes it very beautifully actually, like Marco did on the lap guide as well. And he's going to take it nice and flat through there as he's coming up towards the end of the first sector. What's it going to be? A 21.8 first sector. That is a very, very quick time. I think it's the fastest overall in the first sector there, Kodiak. So this could be a two-way scrap for pole position here between Berg and Wycombe's.
I've just been informed that my sound is a bit too low, so my mic is probably playing silly buggers with me again. I'll just sort that out. Thank you, Creasy, for pointing that one out to me.
So we'll watch Wycombe's then going through turn 9. Absolutely spot on. They had a car, though, off on the left-hand side, but luckily he gets out of the way and goes on the old layout. He's in a 29.1, so he's just slower than Berg in the middle sector. So it's all going to come down to this final sector then. Is this going to be Wycombe's snatching pole position? He's driving as Pascal Wehrlein, so he's going to have that German in him and try and get that pole position from him. Short shifting it there, and I think he's backed off actually.
Oh, we've just been booted out.
I've just been booted out. I think
he did. Yeah, he did. He backed off. That's such a shame. According to the time, it was 1,000th of a second that separates the two, but there we go.
Nick B, P3, only 3/100ths off pole, so not a bad time there for him. On board now with Fab Racer, who's down in P7, who had a fantastic drive last time out in China, getting that P3, so I'm hoping he can get some pace in this McLaren and get it up to the top of the time sheet. So we'll have to wait and see. He's run a very, very wide actually out of turn 9 as he's coming then in towards the final sector then. A very crucial one, this one on traction as well. A little bit of a tank slapper out there, but he's completely fine. I think he's just cut the corner a little bit there, but I'm not sure if the stewards will give that an invalidated lap, but we'll have to wait and see. Coming into the final corners then, is this going to move him up the field as he's going through the chicane? They're taking a lot of curb there on the inside there, but gets it nice and corrected. Going through the final corner, and where is Fab Racer going to slot himself in for the race? It's going to be P4.
By less than a tenth. Good God, it is close in the top 4.
It's interesting right now. Very interesting that, I've got to say. This is going to be very close in qualifying, I've got to say. Is there anyone else on the track?
No, just Kalon and Mathis haven't retired from the session, so we'll just wait for those two to do so. There's Kalon, just waiting for Mathis to do the same, and there he goes then. So the game should kick us out, and there we go. So Berg claiming another pole for this season. Very closely followed by Wycombe's Nick B3, Fab Racer 4, Nally 5, Afro 6, Fizzy 7, Nooker 8, Kalon 9, and Ramdrop rounding out the top 10 as I jump out of the session. So that I don't.
Just quickly showing the viewers on my end the order. I've got to say, Saffron down in 18th place. Just not his day today, I think. 1.8 seconds off the pace, but I've got to say, first to 17th, covered by under a second. Very, very close, I've got to say.
Ridiculous.
I think we're on for another good one. Yeah, I just had a message from Saf. He just couldn't get a good lap together, but he is going for a. Also going for a much more of a tyre wear setup than pace, so he's thinking the long game again. So I wonder if he's thinking as fewer pit stops as possible.
Got to say, it all depends really on the weather. Obviously we've got heavy rain, then it will transition to light rain, then dry, but it all depends on how long it dries up, because you could see people maybe trying to hold out on those inters and get to maybe the soft tyre and take it to the end of the Grand Prix. So It's going to be interesting. We'll bring Marco in for this one. Obviously, tyres, Marco. Softs, mediums, and the hards. How long can each tyre go, and what would you do once... it all obviously depends on the weather, of course, when it dries up, but what would you do in this situation right now when it goes from wets to dries in this sort of predicament?
Sorry, I don't think I caught that question.
But basically, obviously with the tyres, we've got here with the softs, mediums, and the hards. How long will each tyre last, and what would you do in this situation if you were going to this race right now with the rain at the start and then transitioning into dry? What would you do right now?
I would basically try and stretch the first set of wets out as long as possible, because basically you don't want to have to go to another set of wets before the inters come in, and I think it's all dependent on how well you manage your tires now for this race.
The parade lap is now underway, so if you're...
I caught that right.
Yeah, I managed to jump in pretty early on, so and it is absolute. I mean, I think it's the first time we've seen the full wets come out this season. We've seen the inters a couple of times. I think it's the first time we've seen full wets. Whoa! And that's Nick B already getting a little bit squirrely as they come out of turn 3.
Got some monsoon conditions here, which is great. This is what we want. Get the popcorn ready, everyone in the chat.
Oh, I've got to check this out. According to my game, Nick B is on. Nick B and Afro are on softs.
Wow.
As is Chicane and then Nicky. I think something's gone a little bit wrong there, but that's what the race director's telling me, and usually that's right. And that's explaining why Nick B is sliding everywhere. Oh dear.
They're on wet. They're on actually wet tyres on my screen, apparently.
Double check your race directors. I'll be curious to see what that says, because
mine says they're all on wet tyres.
Well, that's what I would expect, but my race director clearly said that some of them were on softs, which makes sod all sense.
It's a bit bizarre if they are doing that, so we'll have to wait and see. As before we get this race going, just want to quickly give predictions here for each of you. Kodiak, who you want to go for?
Oh, crikey! Well, I haven't got this right yet in real life, nor in AOR. That's again a tricky one. Wycombe's right up there, clearly with Berg's pace.
Need a quick one.
I'm going to go with Berg. I think he's going to have the fire in his belly after retiring last week. I think he's going to get it this time.
Marco?
He's hungry for it, but I'm going with Nick B this time.
And I'm going for a different driver. Wycombe's I'm going for the win.
Oh, all three of them are definitely the favourites for this.
Indeed. So they are now waiting to see a Toro Rosso
flying through the field.
I think that's Nally actually. Who's coming to the line. I think that's a first for me to see that in AOR, so...
I did see him ghosting for some reason, so...
It's a bit weird. I think he had maybe some technical issues, maybe, but he's got that sorted now as he's actually on the grid. But here we go then, as not where I want to be, but we'll get to the top of the field quickly. Here we go.
Wind them up and let them go. We are underway here in Catalunya. Bit of a wiggly start there for Nick B, but all three of them... Oh, he's getting very, very, very squirrely there. Fab Racers had a decent start. And that's Nally jumping up there. I was just about to say that someone retired, but that was Marco. A little bit wider. Oh, go on.
It's all clean. Oh, I say that. There's a runner in the background going off the track there out of turn 1. I'm not too sure who that was, but apart from that, respect to all the
very nice. Fab Racers up to 4th, and he's just claimed Nally there. Not all too wide into turn 4, and well held, no contact at the moment that we can see. That's a strangely soft shot. McLaren of Afro still there, still side by side. That's Nally and Fab Racers still going at it. Nick B's trying to get alongside Wycombe's. No such luck at the moment. Almost 3 wide coming through 5 and 6, and everyone's still settling in. Oh, go on.
Got to say, Fizzy's in a cracker of a battle with a Red Bull of Nooker for P8 in this race. Fantastic side-by-side action between the pair of them. Fair play to respectful driving from the pair of them there. Someone's gone off up ahead. I don't think you can see that or not. It's Wycombe's.
Wycombe's
has an issue. I'm not too sure what's happened. He just went really slowly, and he doesn't have any damage, so I'm not too sure what exactly happened with Wycombe's there, but massive shock there. The commentator's curse has
struck again. He doesn't seem to have any punctures either. He's still going on. Let's see if he pits.
He might have just lost it at turn 9. I'm pretty sure he might have just lost that back end and just went nearly into the wall, but he is staying out, so bit of a mistake there from Wycombs, but at least he's still in this Grand Prix and still has a chance of winning this Grand Prix. But for him to win this now, he has to play it tactically now with these conditions.
Yeah, with these mixed conditions, it's really going to test who is going to come out on top. And I just saw that our overtake. That's Nooker on Wycombs. Nooker on Fizzy. So Nooker now up to 8th position in the Red Bull. Then Fugataro right on Fizzy's case as well, further down the field. So battling as we saw before, up and down the field. Looking at Nick B, keeping the. He's now up to 2nd position. Whoa, very very sideways. As of course they've lost Wycombs on that particular battle. Berg keeping the pressure from that Ferrari at bay. I think it's pretty clear he's not on soft tyres, so my game well and truly lying to me. What a surprise. Nally now up to 3rd position. A great run for him so far.
Oh my lord, Nick B nearly lost it there.
So did Nally.
Absolute brilliant driving there from Nick B, and again back end slides out a little bit, but he keeps it in within that slipstream of Berg there, so Berg really has the advantage here really in clean air. Dirty air, you don't want that because the tyres will just burn up quickly on the fronts and then they'll have to pit it earlier.
Oh, we've lost Papa Socrates. One of the new Renaults has gone, unfortunately. Didn't really see what was going on there.
I've just on board with Saf. He's had contact with Nicky.
Yeah, the other Renault.
I just came across and there's been a bit of contact, but he lets Nicky back through, so I don't know what happened there. Nicky's just run wide, actually. And Saf's going to be like, thank you very much, I'll take that position from you, and moves up to P18. But I'm not sure what happened, because it just turned over to Saf, and he just was just stopped in the middle of the track outside with Nicky, so I'm not sure about that.
We also, on my side, we saw Papa Socrates' car actually facing the tail was right into the wall, so there's been quite a big contact. I'm not 100% sure where that was. I think it was between 9 and 10. So big contact between Saf and the two Renaults, it looks like.
Just got to say, fastest man on the track right now is this man on my screen right now, RC Fab Racer, the fastest man on the circuit right now after 3 laps, and he's only 2 seconds behind the race leader, and he's got his teammate ahead of him of Afro, so possible team orders, maybe? I'm not too sure. And he's
what a dive!
He does it. Maybe some team orders going on there, but I don't think there is, because the side-by-side once again.
And Afro back up.
Turn 8, I believe, and he's held it there. Afro, good job there, holding that position in P4. Nally is right on the back of Nick B, I must add, as well.
Great effort by the Toro Rosso then. So he's now really keeping the pressure on the Ferrari as they come down to turn 10 again. Berg now beginning to stretch his legs a little bit at the lead. We'll see how that transpires now. 1.5 seconds between first and third. So Nick B could be playing the longer game here, but I suspect that he is pushing like hell to try and keep up with that Mercedes. It does look like from the certainly the external shots that Berg's car seems very, very settled, very planted, whereas Nick B's apparently soft shot Ferrari is sliding everywhere. Well, it would do if it was on softs, but
that gives me the indication Nick B is running a dry setup at some point, and Nally I think as well, he just nearly lost it there. I think Berg's gone for a mixed range of dry and wet setup on his car. Oh, and he's had a little bit of a moment there. I'm not sure, he just braked at some point down the main straight. I don't know if that's just a little bit of lag or something like that for him, but
I have something to add to this,
Go for it.
Ryan. Well, the Mercedes is generally a more stable car in this game. Ferrari has a more happy back end, but has better turn-in. Toro Rosso has a Ferrari engine, so that makes sense. That the guys in P2 and P3 are a little more back happy.
Like a salmon, basically flying everywhere.
Yeah.
We do have a question quickly from Daniel Price, who wants to know, do AOR do other series apart from F1? The answer to that is yes. We do iRacing in the Pro Formula Renault Championship. Obviously, I know you know this, Kodiak. We have the Project Cars League, GT3 League, over there on Project Cars on a Monday, and we do Rocket League as well, and also Formula something, I can't remember. It's on Assetto Corsa again, but I'm not 100% sure. Which is, I think it's Formula 3. I could be wrong with that. So if anyone can clear that
correct. Yes, that is. It's Formula 3 on Assetto Corsa. Yeah, basically the rough calendar. I mean, it does change as seasons start and end, but generally it's Assetto Corsa Monday. Rocket League will be starting again soon. That tends to take the Tuesday slot alongside with the GT3 practice races. Project Cars GT3 is on Wednesday. Thursday tends not to have something definitively booked in. iRacing happens on a Friday, and as you can see, F1 2016 takes the Sunday space.
Also, I forgot to mention Dirt Rally as well. Forgot to mention that.
Oh, yes.
Thank you very much, LA HUD42 for letting me know. And I think someone just run wide at the background. I think Nally has gone off the track, and he has indeed. He's missed turn 1. Hasn't lost anything, and there's a battle going on. The two McLarens are fighting again right there, and I think Fab Racer's got the inside line. Oh! A little bit of contact actually between the two McLarens, and that's not what we want to see. We don't want a Mercedes moment yet again at this track as we saw last year. But Fab Racer moves up to P4, and he's absolutely sliding everywhere right now. It's like F1 on ice here in this race. It's actually quite fun.
Indeed, yeah. Hypnotisement on my side, if you could just confirm what the sound levels are like. Apparently my game volume was a little quiet, so hopefully that just made a small tweak whilst we were talking. Hopefully that has sorted that one out. Yeah, I saw that twitch by Afro there. I think he kind of took a avoiding action there. I didn't see a particular contact. Look how thick that spray is! My God!
If this was real life, the safety car would come out right now. And everyone will be moaning about like, oh, can we go? And everyone's like, no, safety car. But not in this league, which is fantastic.
We have no safety car.
Finish my question to Daniel quickly. I don't stream any other thing apart from the F1 PC Split 1 live stream. So I think Kodiak does the Project Cars.
I do.
If he does. So he can go over to his Twitch channel, and if you want to say it quickly, Kodiak, to the viewers, if they want to just go and give you a cheeky follow.
You will find me as Ranger Carrot 1980 over on Twitch, and Ranger Carrot on YouTube is my video suppository, along with the other odds and ends that I get up to. Yeah, I commentate on the Pro League. There's 3 leagues involved in the Project Cars season. Elite is the top one. That is commentated by Fizzy, who's actually racing.
I have to interrupt you here quickly, Kodiak, because Ram...
I've just been watching this. Ram on Afro, yeah.
Yep, I think someone wants to know where Ram is, so we've got him on here. P6, he's actually fighting with Afro.
It's Afro the McLaren.
I think he's for... Oh, hello, we've got a battle up ahead, though. Fab Race is going for a move on Nani. Late move, and gets it done, but he goes too wide, and Nani actually makes contact with him and holds on to P3 there, just about there, so... Fab Racer on the charge in that McLaren Honda right now. He wants to go up with the big boys and have a repeat of last week in China with another freeway horse scrap. I said it again. Maybe a frequent thing on the channel. Wait and see. But Nick B holding the gap to Berg up ahead, and the gap is, I'm going to have a look quickly, 1.1 seconds as he actually ran wide at turn 10, which is going to cost him a bit of time right now. But at the minute, the battle we're focusing on right now for me, on my side, is Fab Racer trying to get past Nani right now for P3, that final spot on the podium. But I don't know if you can see it or not now, Kodiak, but I think it's getting lighter. Very slowly, the rain is deteriorating slightly. So maybe enters very soon, but not now, obviously, because it's definitely still wet tyres right now, as we see some puddles still on the track as Fab Racer nearly loses it once again. This is fantastic driving control from Fab Racer, I've got to say. And Ram
has actually fallen off the back of Afro. He's now under pressure by Wycombs, who's trying to make up for lost time. Having a look on the inside of turn 1, couldn't get the braking done in time in these conditions. Wisely bails out of that particular move as they now come around turn 3. I'm going to jump on board with Wycombs then. As you can see how close he is, the spray does look like it's lightened up a little bit, but there's so much standing water that no one dare try enters as Ram gets a little bit wide at turn 4. But no change of position at the moment then. So it's lots of clumps of battles going on here. So we have Afro, Fab Racer, Nally. Oh my goodness me, side by side through turn 5. That's again, Nally. Fab Racer loves that particular spot to try and move on. But again, he hasn't been able to make it stick. Now Afro's right in with this particular battle as they come around turn 9. So can Nally fend off the pair of McLarens then?
He has got a flurry of cars behind him, and Fab Racer has he's actually left the door open there. Nally went a bit too wide there. I think he should have maybe cut off Fab Racer a little bit, but now he's got his teammate once again. Marco?
Fun fact about Nally that happened is one of his strongest braking points on himself.
Oh, it was a move by Afro then into turn 13, but with that Vibrator just had the momentum to fend him off. That was very, very brave to try and move there. I'd be interesting to try that under normal circumstances, let alone in the wet. But on they go then for another lap already. Vibrator feeling the need to defend that inside line, but no, his teammate couldn't really make a move there. Of course, we have no DRS available in these conditions. They need all the grip they can get when it is raining this hard. So just going to double check where our leaders are. There they are, Nick B and Berg von Trips. It's 1.7 seconds now to the Mercedes favour. But if Nick B is running a dry setup, that will come back to him as the race goes on. Lovely sideways action there by the Ferrari. Nally falling away a little bit, but he has got a bit of breathing space from the battle behind him of Vibrator, Afro and Ramdrop, as we previously saw. Whoops, as the Toro Rosso gets a bit tail happy. Wycombs has fallen away a little bit from this battle. Wonder what happened with him. We didn't really see him have an issue, but this pack of three, the two McLarens and the Red Bull, are gaining now on Nally. So this trio is going to become a quartet with Wycombs making it I think a singtet is the correct.
I just want to come in quickly. There's a battle going on. Three drivers fighting for the last points paying position right now. We've got Chicane leading the pack in 10th, then it's New Boys into split one, Slick, and we've got the Force India, actually a fella. I've actually just gone down the inside. Oh, actually no, he's gone into the brakes there. I think he broke too early, and Slick brilliantly defends the outside very nicely. And all this is going to do is bring the Ferrari of Kalon into the mix as well. He's not far away. He's about a second off the back of P12 right now as Fab Racer, fastest man on the track. And I think that just clears up someone's question in the chat, who has got the fastest lap. And there's your man right there on your screen, RC Fab Racer on the charge again with that fastest lap. If he wants to win this race, he's got to get past Nally as quickly as possible right now.
Absolutely, and Nally, of course, not making that easy for him. He's having a great time here today. Nally not having the best of luck in F1 2016 in the past, but he's having a good old time at the moment. I've seen quite a few tails getting quite happy, and not surprising in these conditions. They come around turn 5, and again you see Fab Racer getting very, very close to Nally, but not able to make a move. I'm on board with the McLaren at the moment. Nally quite cautious, coming through 7 and 8, and Fab Racer trying to get the nose and the rear to behave themselves through 9.
He could go for a move here. He's very close. He may go for a late lunge.
And there he goes. Can he slow it down?
No, he's gone.
Too deep.
And this is going to open the door for his teammate to get through there.
And there he goes.
Through there. So Fab Racer, not the ideal thing to do. It reminds me of me a little bit, bottling it a little bit in that corner. So Fab Racer's done the right 93 bottle there. So I think I brought that across to him. So, but it's early days. It's only lap 9 of the race, so he's got plenty of time. He's not far off the leaders actually. Is the top? Well, actually, I'll say top 6 because I think Ram's now in this battle now, along with Wycombe. So we could say 7 drivers. They're only covered by about 6 seconds. So anyone can still win this for the top 6. So
indeed.
Plenty of action now. I'm just going to go back a little bit and just see the battle for 10th place as Chicane is still leading this pack right now. We're going to jump on the broadcast view for you guys, and this is going to be a bit tasty right now down the main straight here. And Slick's going to look at maybe a move. He's going to try and make it 3 wide, but I don't think it's going to be possible right now. He's got the inside of the Force India though. He's going down the inside actually and backs out of it, to be fair.
What a move on the Force India though. A bit of contact there. Force India just to Chicane there. Chicane is allowed back into position. That is the correct correct procedure there by Failer. And there we see Slick trying to take opportunity of that as well. Not able to do so. Kalon's right in that mixture then in 13th. And Mathis in the Haas, he's right there as well. So one mistake could be very, very costly for any of these drivers. And that's Kalon going quite deep into turn 5. Can't make anything of it. Mathis is right there. He could capitalise on the Ferrari. Not quite. He's the Ferrari just defending that line quite well.
I've got to say, fair play to Slick there. He was going for the audacious move down the inside, but backed out of it at the last minute to avoid a collision that we saw earlier today with Bottas taking out Raikkonen and Verstappen there. So I think he's watched that a few times there. And, he did the right thing there, and that's good sportsmanship right there to see for Slick there. So props to him. And the battle, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars fighting for 1 point in this race. So this is what we want. We've got a battle up at the front with 6 drivers. We've got a battle for the last points paying position. This is what we want to see. Battles up and down the field. And this should be quite interesting for these guys. And I think some of these have to take a gamble if they want to move up the field there. And I'm not sure if it's light rain at the minute, but I think it is.
It has got. It does look like it's gotten lighter. It definitely looks like it's gotten lighter.
Not a lot of standing water. I'm just going to jump on board with Slick at the minute, and there is still a little bit of standing water. There's a battle going up ahead though. Chicane under pressure from Failer, and they're going to go side by side actually. And Chicane's going to hold it just about there, but loses the back end, opens the door for Failer on the inside, but just can't get the commitment on the traction there of his rear tyres. And Chicane just holds on to P10.
Looking at the battle then, third downwards, Nally, Fab Racer, Ram drops now, split the two McLarens as he's got up to 5th position. Wycombs is nailed to the back of this particular battle as well, so this battle is by no means spent. Of course, that's allowed Nick B.
Quickly, there's a side-by-side moment here. The Failer's still going, trying to go around the outside of Chicane into turn 7 and 8, and he's actually got it done there. Failer side by side up to turn 9 with Chicane. This is going to be very tasty. I think the camera's not going to serve justice there, but Chicane just holds on right now. This is the battle of the race right now.
That was brilliantly defended by the Toro Rosso.
Down the inside of Failer. Sorry to interrupt you again, Kodiak. And Slick's going to try and hold it, and it's the side by side as Berg gets the fastest lap. But we're focusing on this battle for P11 in this race. Who cares about the race lead right now? We've got a battle going on right here for P11 in this Grand Prix, and Failer's going to just hold on there. But what fantastic battling this is down the pack right now, and this is only for 11th place in this Grand Prix right now, and they're just, this is fantastic racing right now.
And you got to think that Slick's only just been promoted. This is, as you mentioned earlier, Ryan, his first race in this division, so he's not afraid to stick it in there where he can and try and get the moves done as early as he possibly can. The spray still's pretty thick, so...
I just want to quickly mention this. This is kind of funny. I've just seen the chat right now on my end. This rain is actually the tears of the crying Ferrari fan in real life on the race today.
Oh, but it was nice to see him in the Ferrari garage or Ferrari hospitality suite later on. I thought that was a nice touch.
Another thing, I think people could be pitting for Inters very shortly, because this track is getting to that intermediate tyre territory right now. I can just see there's not much standing water, but we're going to go back up to the front of the leaders right now. Berg's still leading, but at the minute, Nally, I'm afraid to say, is having a train load of cars.
That's Fab Racer. That's Fab Racer on his inside. Can he make it stick? He got the move done in 10, and looks like he's got him done in 11. Oh my God, that's massive tray. Just seen Nick B go out of the shot there.
What a move that is round the outside for Fab Racer. Props to him for that move right there. But
brilliantly done.
Say, Nally was leading a little bit of a train right there, so we would have gone for a hashtag Nally train, but Fab Racer's finally got through. As Berg now fastest man on the track again with 37.4, but that was a big moment of the race there for Fab Racer to get past Nally, and now he can make his charge to the top 2 right now, as I think some of these guys in the mid-pack may want to take a gamble right now and jump onto intermediates right now, but no one's doing that as of yet, so maybe think that 14-15 somewhere around there would be a good guideline and a good starting point for these guys to jump on to the intermediates. Obviously we have no idea what the rain is going to, when the rain's going to stop, if it's going to get heavier, whatnot, because we don't have Jeff available to us. So we are just guessing right now what the conditions are going to be like in the next few laps or so.
Nally's got Ram drop on his inside. They've just come through turn 3, turn 5, and 4 now coming through turn 5. But the Toro Rosso just fending off the Red Bull yet again. Is the best of those tyres gone for the Toro Rosso? I wonder, as he's gone very wide at 7. Still keeping that train behind him. The McLaren of Fab Racer beginning to get a little bit of distance between himself and Nally then. Can he do anything about Nick B ahead of him? Certainly not at the moment, it doesn't appear.
I just want to quickly just say something. There are some people on Inters right now. Saf is one of them. He's in 19th position, so we'll keep an eye on his times, but that's a surprise. Apparently you're in the pits, apparently on my screen.
Oh, nice.
Nicky is in the pits as well. So Nicky and Saf, the first men to take the gamble onto the intermediate tyres.
That's a bit brave.
Which Berg is in the pits as well. He is
wow.
think Nick B's in the pits as well. Fab Race, everyone's coming in right now. You've got a good lane battle, and this is what we want to see.
Now he's in Ramdra. Indeed, the whole train, the whole lot, except for Nooker.
Berg's been held a little bit.
Nooker and Fab Racer carried on. So Fab Racer takes the lead because of everyone else's gamble. Oh, I beg your pardon.
It was Afro.
That was Afro. Oh, yep. Afro's just driving through. I think that's
held massively here. That's not what Fab Racer wanted right there.
It looked like the crossover point for a while because on the wet setting, a purple lap is usually a good indication that it's about to switch tires. But it is, considering the forecast, it is early because they predicted like two-thirds of the race to be like full wet.
Yeah, indeed. That's what I was thinking. But all the standing water, or vast majority of it, does seem to have gone. Nooker is now in second. He was having a hell of a time trying to get the traction out of turn 5. And Marcus left the session again.
Fukataro getting the fastest lap of the race, so good time
nice
on the intermediate tyres. So that's good time there for Fukataro in the Haas there. So good job from him. Fair play to him.
What do you?
But connection issues for Marco. Wycombs and Fab Racer really nailed to each other, as you mentioned earlier. Fab Racer got really badly held up in
I'm afraid to say, sorry to interrupt you, the biggest loser out of this is Fab Racer by a country mile. He's dropped from third,
I think, yes, a seventh.
So
he's got Wycombs all over the back of him, but most people now on those inter tyres are looking fizzy. He's been through the pits as well, so both Manners 8th and 9th after their pit stop. There is Saf just coming through the chop.
Race leaders in the pits. Afro is in, but surprisingly, is someone stayed out there? No, they're both in the pits. I got that wrong there. And apparently he's jumped on some wet tyres again, Afro, but I'm pretty sure he's going to jump. There we go, he's on. Okay, that's a bit weird. 3 of the 4 tyres are on wet tyres, and 1 of them inters.
I've had that one. I've had the inside of the tyre being a different colour than the outside on the same tyre as well. So
that is weird. I've never seen 3 of the 4 tyres on... Okay, this is getting even weirder right now.
Welcome to Codemasters.
There we go. So you can see, I think there's some technical issues there. Not our end, of course. Slick, fastest lap of the race for the new boy, so good time there from Slick. And then I say that Fukataro again, fastest lap of the race, so he's on the charge right now, so maybe he could go in for some points right now. We'll jump on board with him actually. He's ahead of his teammate right now, down in 14th place of Fafus, who's doing a good job as well for him. We'll go back up to the front now. Berg starting to build a gap now, I believe, to Nick B of 3.8 seconds, so Berg's got ready, he's got this to lose really, if I'm honest with you, in this race. So if he keeps going like this, he could win this one, but Nick B has to pull something out of the hat.
Oh, it's a move by Roundup. Sorry to interrupt there. He's gone the inside at 10 on the Toro Rosso. He's claiming that third position.
Oh, it's been contact, a little bit of contact there between the two of them actually. The camera didn't give justice right there, unfortunately, as it showed the back end of that Toro Rosso, but Roundup moves up to P3 then, so he's doing a good job there, but Fab Racer is now on the back of the pair of them right now, so we could be in for a ding 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 round 2 moment again between these drivers as Berg. Fastest lap of 34.5 with lap 15 laps completed.
We still haven't got to halfway, so whoa, Wycombe's big moment on the exit of turn 16, but he has got the pace on the McLaren. Then can Wycombe's do anything about it? Now switches to the inside. That's going to be a brave move, and there he goes. Can he get it slowed down? Yes, he can. Wycombe's up to 5th then. Fab Racer's day gets even worse, and there we've just seen in the back of the shot, there's Afro also beginning to join in. Oh, Fab Racer having a think about on the inside of turn 3. Oh, it's
the inside.
Yeah, a twitch moment there for...
Don't do a Rosberg moment here. He's keeping it clean, side by side still. This is respect driving here between the pair of them. Wycombe's now will have the inside into the next corner, and they're going to keep it clean. Still side by side, going towards turn 7 and 8, and Fab Racer just holds on to P5 right there. But great battling between these two drivers who are fighting for the win. Last time out in China, they're fighting for P5. You can still think it's for the race victory in a way, but...
sorry again to interrupt. Wycombe's had a better run out of turn 9 than Fab Racer. Fab Racer defending the inside for 10. Can Wycombe's do an outside manoeuvre? That would be equally as brave.
Brilliant move, he pulls it off, but they've been glued a little bit there. Been like, they can't keep away from each other, I've got to say. They were like, you know... They got glued to each other, which I know is a regular thing for the Cody things.
And he's done it. The
he's
man.
done it.
Oh, a spin! That's not Fizzy. Who was that? Was Afro? I think he spun it. He has. Yep, I've got that weird issue where a couple of his tyres are the wrong colour.
Luckily, he's avoided the wall there, so he's going to be back on track. But that is not what he wanted right there. It would have been a good finish there for the guys there, and he's still apparently on my screen on the wet tyres, which I'm pretty sure that is not right. But Fizzy on board with him, the legend himself, the veteran in P8 right now for the Marussia team, or Mana Marussia, or Mana, whatever you want to call it. I don't know now, I've lost the plot today. But it's the Mana, sorry, of the Lord and Saviour, Lord Haryanto, as a lot of my subscribers will know. Well, that's why I call him that. Nuka doing a good job in that Red Bull in P7, on his own at the minute, 16 seconds off the lead. But the battle of the minute has to be Fab Racer and Wycombs. He's still with Wycombs right now, so it could be for a tasty battle. Now he's still with Ramdrop for P3.
That's P3 they're fighting for. So it's last step of the podium. Then Nick B, 3.8 seconds still. That gap hasn't changed between the top two. So let's not forget about those two. That one could become quite interesting as the session goes on. Nally's lost the back of Ramdrop a little bit as they come into 10.
I just want to quickly just jump in. Everyone has pitted now. Someone mentioned that in the chat. Everyone has now made their first pit stop, and we are expecting them, unless this rain doesn't deteriorate quickly enough. This could be the only stop of the race here. Maybe another stop for Inters. We have to wait and see if any of these guys want to take a gamble and stay out on Inters to a drive point, as Berg gets another fastest lap of the Grand Prix, and the gap.
Oh, we've lost Saf.
Saf again.
Saf has gone. The rain is his Achilles heel.
I've got to say, it brings back memories of me here, unfortunately.
He's rejoined. So he has had a connection problem, not a race problem.
It has to be connection problems, I'm afraid, and not what he wants in his first season in Split 1, unfortunately, as Afro, who had that little moment, is now the fastest man on the track right now with a 33.9. So we don't know really who's going to have a win here. Not too sure, but it will all come down, in my honest opinion, to the dry area territory, if we're going to see that in this race. I'm not too sure if we're going to get a dry period. We'll have to wait and see if this weather picks up there. As I mentioned, we have no idea of when this rain's going to stop. We're just guessing right now. So
I think we'll get a dry period very soon, and everyone will just go for soft till the end, pretty much, if it's 10 laps before the end.
And this is why we have Marco as our little Ted Kravitz. So
doing an awesome job.
We're calling him the
I didn't
Kimmy
expect this weather, so I'm not very useful this week. I could tell you about all the dry strategies though. But
Yep, he is our Ted Kravitz, the Kimmy version of Ted Kravitz. So he's doing a great job for us, and he's going to stay with us for the rest of the season as well, which is absolutely fantastic. Because you guys love him, we're going to keep him on for the rest of the season there. So obviously, if there's spaces, of course, I'll say that. Obviously, so Ram on board with him then as he's coming out of the final corner, as he's still holding on to P3. It will be a great drive from Ram, I've got to say. I think this is only his third race of the season.
Yeah, it's third. It's his third race, yep.
I think he was close for a moment ago, but he seemed to drop off again, and now he has Wycombs to worry.
Yeah, and Fab Racer having a look as well, the inside, but too far back for a lunge at turn 1. So the Mana keeping the... Oh, and that's a Williams out. Saf again having trouble on the inside of turn 3.
Yeah, I think it's just going from bad to worse for Saf right now. Not his best day right now, but he's still going, which is the sportsmanship award. I'll give him that. As he's having... Oh, what? I don't know what's going on there. I think he may have an issue with his the controller, maybe. He's on a pad, remember, and he's having a nightmare right now. I don't know what's going on. We'll have to have a little word with him at the end of the race, but I'm pretty sure... and he's just hit the wall again.
Oh, no.
Front wing. And I think it could be a controller issue for him, as he is racing on a pad this season, so not ideal for any fans of Saf, but just not his day today, and I think he's just gone off into the gravel once again. But we're going to go back up to the front. Berg still leading this Grand Prix onto nearly lap 20, but I've got to say, Nick B just took 2 seconds out of him there. The gap is now exactly 2 seconds coming into this final sector right now.
There had to be a mistake from the Mercedes, surely, to gain that much. And Onion Bargy on my side has said that Marco is more like Anthony Davidson. He actually knows how to drive.
That's a very good point, actually.
Yep.
That's a very good point on there. So the gap now, Nick B just took another 10th out of Berg, so maybe Nick B has been preserving his tyres a little bit, and now he's going to push. Maybe Jeff's giving him a cheeky mention that the rain's going to stop at some point.
Maybe.
In the next few minutes, maybe. So.
Now, why? Oh, Nally's had a problem. That was bizarre. He was on board with Wycombs, and suddenly Nally just snapped to the left. He wasn't hit. Wycombs was nowhere near him, and he just suddenly just darted off to the left and slammed into the wall. Thankfully,
I don't know what happened, really. That's a bit of a bizarre one.
It's extremely strange. Now, there wasn't any impact. I wasn't actually on board with him at the time, so I don't have the goldfish ball effect on the sounds.
I think it could be a sync issue, potentially, or anything to do with lag. Could be a lag incident or something like that. We're not too sure. We hope to get some clarification on this by the end of the race, but that was a bit unfortunate for Nally there. He did a fantastic job in qualifying and in the race as well, but this opens the door now for Wycombs and Fab Racer to now make their charge up to Ram, who is in P3 at the minute, as we've got some more yellow flags out actually up ahead. So I don't know what's going on up ahead, but could be a little glitch with Cody's with the yellow flags that we see on some of the tracks this season. So we'll have to wait and find out what all that is about.
He's not on Steam anymore, so that would indicate failure of his computer entirely.
Could be a hardware, could be his wheel potentially. We do not know. There's so many rumours. It could be. We'll hope to get a clarification for you guys by the end of the race. So the gap at the front is still 1.9 seconds. So they've both matched it on paces. We can just see Nally's Toro Rosso there, still on the track on the left-hand side, as you can see. And hopefully he's actually still on there. So maybe he could come back on, maybe and finish the race, unless he. Did it come up with retire from the session, Kodiak there, or?
It did, yeah. I mean, it was terminal damage against the wall. I've still got the migrating host message at the bottom of my screen. He's been there since he hit the wall a lap ago. So
his internet must have gone out then, because he was the host.
We definitely have a problem because Nick B suddenly dropped down to 8th. Now he's magically going up positions on my screen and not overtaking anyone. So we have got a problem of some description here. Berg is now showing in 3rd, which is obviously wrong.
Afro is apparently in P8, which I think is correct. So I think they're just getting the time.
I think it's just come back again, yeah. But we're still migrating host, and that's obviously what.
Double check. Berg is now leading the race on my screen.
Yep.
B is in 2nd, and is still.
Wycomb's in 4th.
Yeah. I think everything is.
That is right. Yeah, it looks like everything's back correct again for Fab Racer. Having a look on the inside at 10 again, but no, crikey! I thought he was going to overshoot the break point there and slam into the back of the manor, but actually kept it nicely together. As he now look at the outside at 12. That would be very, very brave, but decides against that one. He's determined to get past the manor at the moment, but nope, he's remaining in position at the moment.
He's right on the back of him. He could get a good run here out of the last corner and make a plunge into turn 1. We know Fab Racer likes to go for the audacious move. As we've seen in this race so far, he's going to get a beautiful run as we're going to just jump on board with the McLaren driver. But the yellow flags, though, is the problem here for Fab Racer. He can't overtake until that Toro Rosso comes off the track. So I think we may see this to the end of the Grand Prix right now. So really, no drivers can overtake at turn 1, unfortunately. So that's a bit of disappointment, really, for anyone who's expecting an overtake there once we get into dry conditions. But I think this rain is slowly beginning to deteriorate a little bit. So we could maybe see the track drying up as quickly as possible, but we never know. Potentially, but we'll have to wait and see.
And the numbers jumping around again. Wycombs was leading for a brief moment there.
And now Nick B's back up to P2.
Yeah, but correct. I think it's got itself sorted again.
But I think our timing screens will be wrong, because it still says 1.9 seconds to Nick B, but I'm pretty sure it is not 1.9 seconds as it is right now to Berg. And actually, I think this last sector, I think it's stopped raining, or little drops now in this last sector. So I think it's stopped raining. It is indeed. I think it's stopped in the last sector. So now this is going to be very interesting right now. Will it stay dry? Well, obviously it's going to stay dry. I did hurt her back. Will the track be bone dry by the end of the race and people jump on to dries, or will they stay out on these inters if the track doesn't get dry enough for that switch? So this is going to be the toughest decision for these drivers right now. At the gap, I do not know what the timing is, because it's locked for us, unfortunately, because of Nally's car still on the track. So got a beautiful helicopter shot there just then of Nick B's Ferrari there. So Cody's got that right there.
It did stop raining, Ryan, like you said, so...
This is going to be who's going to blink first? That's going to be the big question. Who is going to take that gamble? As apparently Randrop is leading on my screen, but I know that's wrong. And he's dropped to 8th now.
Wycomb's leading again.
Penalty, so he should overtake Wycomb's and at least pull 3 seconds.
Berg's apparently 21 seconds off the lead apparently. That is incorrect, of course.
Oh, inside move for Fab Racer. There's been impact between him and the Manor. Sorry again to talk over you there. That was at turn 5. Wycomb's had a massive snap of oversteer on the exit of 4. That gave Fab Racer the run at him at 5. Bit of an impact. Nearly spun the McLaren. Both of them still going at the moment.
Gotta say, that Sauber wasn't the most ideal place to be. Luckily he's ghosted, of course, which is thank the Lord. I'm just going to jump on board with Fab Racer because the camera that I got on broadcast isn't really the best of you to see this battle for P.
Did you get the one that stares at the wing mirror?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's the one I got as well.
Are you guys also getting a deja vu from this afternoon if you're looking at the top 3 right now?
Yes, I do actually. We've got Hamilton.
That's
well, it's not Ricardo, but it's Verstappen, so it's a bit,
yeah.
Close, but it's the same manufacturers right now. So this is a little bit weird to see the top 3 teams taking the top 3 spots right now in this Grand Prix, which is bizarre.
Nicely done.
I've got to say, it could be close to dry. I think some people may take a risk here because it looks at some parts of the track dry. Turns 1 and 2 look dry. This bit I'm watching right now with Nick B, who's apparently leading again. Obviously, it's not right.
Ryan, what lap are we on your screen?
Lap 21 on my screen.
We've been on that for about 4 laps.
We have literally no idea what is the lap now. We're just taking guesses right now.
Yeah, we are completely lost here. I've got lots of comments in my chat saying basically, Codemasters, sort your stuff out. And
I'm going to have a look because I'm pretty sure someone in Split 1 is streaming right now. I'm going to quickly check what lap we're on right now. So that's
assuming theirs is right.
I'm hoping theirs is right. Otherwise, it's Ramdrop actually who is actually streaming right now. So I'm going to just watch his stream and just see what lap it says on his screen right now. So I would say to anyone watching this on both my side and Kodiak's side, make sure this is incorrect, what you're seeing right now with the timings and the laps. It is wrong. Apparently we're coming on to lap 25 right now.
Well, that's probably about right. I just checked Race Director on Berg's. According to his, we're on lap 19.
Oh dear, what is going on with this game? Apparently, on Ram's stream right now, he is leading the Grand Prix. And
oh, good boy.
And we have no idea what's going on right now, but apparently we are on lap 25 as it stands right now in this Grand Prix. So I am taking this on board from Ram's perspective, so we can take it from there.
And Ram is in 3rd, so that is going to be pretty good at the moment. So... yeah, Phil on my side has just asked, is there a chance that the results could be messed up? Possibly, but
it just pitted, guys.
Ooh.
I am actually watching him. He's still on the intermediates, apparently, on my screen.
Yeah, that's same here.
Oh, Nook has just lost it.
Sorry.
Nook has just lost it. He is
on
a soft tyre, actually. So
is he?
Just went a little bit too early there. I think Nooker, who's apparently P3 on my screen. But
yep, same.
So... that's not what we want to see. I'm just trying to keep an eye on if anyone's on dry tyres right now. But
Nook is in the lead now.
Should be on dry tyres.
Well, I don't know what is going on with this game.
Dry.
It is beginning to go. A tiny bit of spray coming off of Berg's car at Sector 3, so it is getting to the point where dry tyres are going to be optimum. But I wonder whether another lap maybe.
I don't know what is going on right now. We do apologise in advance to anyone watching this right now. It's out of our control right now with this glitch that we've got on right now.
I must admit, I've never seen it this bad. We never had anything quite this wonky last season. This is quite something. This collection of
Berg's car is not Berg's car. Nanny's car is still on
there.
Right now.
Yeah, it's still there. It's still on the side.
Nice front row seat here. He's getting actually on the house right now, going at turn 1. Right now, but we are confirming Nick B is not Nick B. Berg is still leading this Grand Prix. You're still on track, of course. Getting a shout for you, P18.
Yeah.
Hoorah! But top 3 still staying out there on the intermediates. Wycom's in P4, holding on the inters. Fab Race is still with him in P5. So these are incorrect positions on your screen. Don't think anyone's jumping onto the inters, just the dry tyres, sorry, as well. And people are asking for the host to come back, but I think that will not make any difference whatsoever. Because I think this is a glitch. I think I may have seen this before on F1 2015. Actually, I think it was a rare occurrence. It wasn't as big as it is now, because it only adjusted the actual on the left-hand side. The lap time was fine. It was just like the P2 then Berg von Trips. That was all wrong. So this is a bit bigger than last time, so not what we want, but we will try and get as much detail as possible for these last few laps. We have no idea what lap we're on, but apparently, just watching Ram drop quickly, who is still apparently leading the Grand Prix on his stream, is on lap 26 right now, as I think Berg will start lap 27 with only 7 laps to go, if that is correct, as Berg is coming in the pits right now. This is interesting.
But what's also interesting, Nooker is still listed in the lead, unless he did take the lead without us spotting it. I didn't see him come through the field.
I'm not too sure. I don't know what's going on with my game right now, but Berg's coming in then onto some soft tyres right now, so this is going to be...
That was quite a slow... That was a very slow stop by the Merc team there.
I think Berg's gone too early. I think there is still spray on the track.
Agreed.
I just think I think it's way too early right now for...
Yeah, I agree. There's still spray in most areas. I'm on board with Nick B at the moment. You could just see a little bit of spray coming off his front right. It's getting there. It's very nearly at the dry stage.
We have got Kane on in the chat right now, and he said his internet gave up, and I'm somehow not able to rejoin the session, which is a bit unfortunate for you, Kane on.
Same for me, guys. I can't join it anymore either.
Oh no,
I'll just follow it on the stream and try to follow along with you guys.
We have no idea who is leading this Grand Prix right now. Apparently Fizzy now is leading the Grand Prix on my screen, but I'm pretty sure that is wrong right now. But I think Berg is still leading this Grand Prix. Oh no, he's not actually. Is it Nick B? Nick B is leading.
Surely, isn't it? I mean, again, switching back to Nooker, he keeps trying to tell me that Nooker is in the lead.
Apparently, Kanon's... oh, okay, it doesn't matter actually. Wrote that one, so I got that wrong. But I think this is the most important part of the race now. Has Berg got this spot on, or has he absolutely blown it? It's still damp in the last sector. You can just see a little bit of spray coming off Nick B's car. So this is going to be interesting. And
in comes a Ferrari.
Pits now. So will Ramdrop come in? He does indeed. And I've got to say, Ramdrop is just coming into this race right now. He's caught to Nick B in the last few laps of this Grand Prix. I'm going to be watching Nick B in his pits.
The top four have actually come in as well. Okay, jump to Ramdrop.
Soft tyres for Ram. Is that for Ramdrop? It is indeed,
yes.
And Nick B is on. I'm going to just find where Berg is right now. Oh, he's got a complete lead actually, so maybe he actually was on the right tyre. I've got to say.
Where is Berg?
He's just coming out of turn 2 up to turn 3, so he's got a big lead.
Yeah, that's quite a big lead. Yeah, Nick B is now just coming through 2. So yeah, that's quite a big lead. Berg has got that one spot on.
Some people had like screen freezes.
Possibly.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Wouldn't surprise me really with this lobby right now. So again, we do apologise. It is out of our control right now, and just seeing what lap we're on according to Ramdrop, and apparently we are on lap 28 right now of this Grand Prix.
5 to go.
And we have no idea who is technically leading this Grand Prix right now. We don't know if it's Nooker, who's apparently in P3 right now. Apparently Fizzy's P2, and Afro's now leading the Grand Prix on our screen. So this is probably one of the most confusing races I've ever experienced in AOR history right now.
Yeah, likewise. Fab Racer has managed to jump Wycombs though. The McLaren now ahead of the Manor. So pit stop wise, those two have now swapped round. But I think Marco alluded that Fab Racer does have a penalty, so he will need to get on with it.
Berg is now leading on my screen, so I think I think that's right now. Nick B now in P2, Ram's in P3. This could be the battle right now, I think, between Nick B and Ram. For second position in this Grand Prix. Ram's just really got into a zone right now. I don't know how he's done it, but his pace has been pretty good in the last few laps right now, and he's hunting down our race leader right now, Nick B. Not Nick B, but I've got this wrong.
Well, he is chasing down Nick B, but
he's chasing B, of course, but
not for the race lead.
Catching Berg a little bit, but not by much though. So I think if Berg keeps it clean, he could be on for the win here with only 4 laps to go.
Yeah,
and to go apparently on lap 29, so I think it's 5 laps.
Whoa! Nice sliding there by Fab Racer going through 3. Lovely tail end sliding going on there. He's now. I've given up trying to figure out what position they're in. I think Fab Racer is in 4th with Wycom's 5. Those two. It looks like Fab Racer has got the pace difference, but whoops, he got a bit too greedy on the power out of 5. May still be a little bit slippery, but oh god, there's so many ifs and buts and maybes going on in this race already. I truly don't know. So Fab Racer ahead of Wycom's, and there's Afro then that is just ahead of Fizzy for position. Insert random number in this box.
We'll say P7 because apparently that's right on my screen. So P7 he is apparently. So
Nooker then in the Red Bull has got Maffus for company. They're just coming around turn 5. There's me in lap 18, and there's Berg.
I've got to say, I'm watching Ram's stream right now. He's apparently in P1, and then Nick B ahead of him is classified P4. So it's a bit bizarre what is going on right now. Still got yellow flags down that main straight, but Ram slowly closing that gap to Nick B for P2 as we've got a Renault ahead of him.
As I say, there's a Renault in there.
Oh, that was very close there, but luckily the Renault got out of the way there. Nick B apparently is leading the Grand Prix again.
Yep, I've got that as well.
Oh, this is
impossible.
But,
Kalon is a ghost.
Lap 31 now, or
it is lap 30 apparently on
Ram's
stream, so we're going to just take it from that, I believe. So
checking up on the rest of the field, Slick. We saw him having some amazing battles. Sadly, he's down in, well, I assume, his 15th. He's right down. He's now out of the points. What a shame for him. He was doing so well earlier on. There's Maffus in the Haas. Then he did have someone with him earlier, I thought, but he's now completely on his own. Chicane again. A tragedy for him. He was having a great old battle up at the tail end of the points. Although again, he could be in the points for all I know. There's Fugataru nailed to the back of. Who is he nailed to the back of? I'm trying to figure out. Oh, he's just been lapped. That's a lap.
I'll say, Ramdrop's gone purple in the middle sector apparently on his stream, so he's on the charge right now. Could this be a fastest lap of the race here for Ramdrop? We're about to find out, and it is not, unfortunately. So he had lost a little bit of time there in the last sector, but he was purple in that middle sector, so he is trying to do everything in his power to try and catch up to Nick B and get a very impressive second position, but I think he's just backed off a little bit. I don't know what happened to him there. Maybe a little bit of a mistake there into turn 1, maybe ran a little bit wide, but they're on now lap 31 of this Grand Prix, so only 3 laps to go then of one of the most bizarre races I think I've ever seen in this AOR PC Split 1 Championship, but hopefully we get everything fixed for the next round, which of course is the big one, of course, Monaco.
Creasy on my side just said that I might win the race, and he's probably, with the amount of bizarreness we've seen in this race, that's also on the cards.
Definitely, and Monaco, obviously one of my favourite tracks to watch, and not so good for driving on, as you may remember last season, Kodak, with me spinning about twice and getting a punch on the third one at the same corner.
I have seen worse than that. Actually, on a social race leading up to that, I saw someone on a bone-dry track coming out on intermediate tyres by design because they've run out of dries.
That's interesting. Berg onto the penultimate lap then. We believe it's the penultimate lap of this Grand Prix, and has got a nice commanding lead over Nick B. Right,
it would be funny if they had to keep driving laps
even though it's finished. That also wouldn't surprise me. So again, we don't actually know whether the results of this are going to be correct. We are assuming it will be. We're certainly hoping it will be, because I don't fancy being here all night, with all due respect. So as much as the racing will be awesome.
Ramdrop apparently on his screen just got the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, but we've not seen it pop on our screen. So
I haven't had it pop up all race actually, but then
a 23.4 for Ramdrop. So that's a good lap there, if that is the case. But we don't know what's going on.
He's still about 2.5 seconds ish behind Nick. So if Nick just keeps consistent, he will retain that position. If assuming we are indeed on the penultimate lap. Oh, there's a back shot here from Nick, looking back at the Red Bull. So Nick may be aware that Ram is closing in on him. It's been a stunning drive by Ramdrop, to be fair, to keep in touch with the top drivers, and also to be reading Nick in slowly but surely at this stage. So as we now assume we're on the last lap then.
We are indeed about to start the final lap, As,
Maybe it's a good idea to look at the penalties real quick.
yes, if
Good
you could,
call. I shall do so.
Chris, very quickly as we watch on board with Berg then as he starts the final lap of the Spanish Grand Prix.
Marco, you got a drive-through penalty on the first lap.
Oops.
Well done. Yeah, I'll keep looking through the penalties. I can't because they don't go beyond lap 20 for me.
Oh, hey. Oh, and there's a runner off in the background there. Having a little bit of moment of fame there on the screen there. So fair play to whoever that was. Right there. I'm just.
It must be in Nicky. I think his car's still around somewhere as we lost Socrates early on.
Indeed, as Berg is in the middle sector right now. We're going to watch him. Hopefully the timing screens. He's still in P4, so we could be in for a bit of a weird thing on our screen about to happen right now. So again, we do not know. We believe it's the last lap of the Grand Prix, so we'll have to wait and see. As I'm just trying to quickly get a driver of the day polled up. So I personally think we've got a few contenders here. I've got to say.
Did Ram pass Nick?
Rams apparently got past Nick. That is not the case on my screen apparently.
No,
But,
not for me either.
Here comes Berg then into the final couple of corners. Then, if this is correct, if this is wrong, this is a bit of a bizarre, weird moment for me.
Oh, he's just inherited the lead on the last turn then.
And
So
he comes then,
and the
he
winner
wins-
of this race, we
he
think.
wins the Spanish Grand Prix. No, he's still going apparently. on
Yeah,
my
but he's
screen.
still selectable, so the race may not actually come to an end.
We may have one more lap. We have no idea what is going on right now.
Well, Berg's carrying on, so he's not pulled over. He's not got off the gas, so he is actually still pressing on.
This is very strange. I've got to say. I think
I'm
this
not
is
seeing
one-
any finishing flag.
No finishing flags. But before we get anything popping up, any candidates for driver of the day, guys?
Maybe this is the last lap.
Could be.
It's got. Well, we hope
a
so.
few drivers in mind for driver of the day. Berg's definitely one of them. I've got to say Randrop as well. Definitely
Yeah,
contender.
I reckon. I think he was 8th. He started in.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm just going to double check race director. It should tell me that much. If I can find him. Oh no, he started 10th. Ramdrop started 10th. So yeah, with all this craziness going on, I think Ramdrop will get my driver of the day. Although not taking it away from Berg, it will, assuming that the race ever actually lets him win it, it will be a decent win here at Catalunya.
Well, here he comes then. Well, for the second time,
For-
take two. Correct. But here comes Berg then.
How
coming
many
in.
times will Lewis Hamilton win this race in a day? He's already run it twice now, so let's see if he'll do it a third time.
Into the final corner. Is he going to win the race? We hope and pray it is. Nope. He's
No!
still going.
I'm already chatting to Nick, so they're not racing anymore.
So we think this could be over.
Well, how is this going to work for the results then? We have no idea.
I don't think it's. I think it should be a re-race or something.
I would imagine this race is going to be rerun. Berg is now ghosted, so he is bailed. So yeah,
I think that could be
Nick's
the
a
end of the
ghost.
race, I think so. We literally do not know what will happen in this Grand Prix. There's still drivers. Look is going very slowly apparently on my screen. In the middle sector, holding up a Haas. So I think the race is over, but we have not given any clarification.
The Renault's still on, and Nicky's Renault is still actually on intermediate tyres.
I bet you it will jump to the results in like.
Just boing, and there it is. Yep, everyone is just going slowly. Fab Racer's now a ghost.
Apparently on my screen there's been contact with Nuka and a Haas of I think it was Fukatara there in that last sector there. So
Fizzy,
That's nice.
Fizzy looks like he's been Fizzy been pushed along by one of the Force Indias. So
Nuka has a puncture.
Nicky's still going. Kalon's still
whoa! We're gonna Haas sideways. Don't know who that is. Is it Fukataro? Oh no, it's Maffus. Maffus.
Parked the bus there. So,
Yeah.
I think it's Fab Racer holding up Fizzy and Taylor right now, and apparently he's leading the Grand Prix apparently. So
I think everybody has probably led the Grand Prix at this point.
I think we may have to have a re-race here. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I would imagine that this is pretty much null and void now. Depending on who I look at, we're on lap 20 or 21. So,
Berg's on the track. Berg's going very slowly across the line here.
yeah, lots of people are very slow just over the line. So, yeah,
It's not virtual safety car territory. We just want to clarify this. It's not VSC going on right now, but cars going forwards and backwards a little bit. But
I think it's fair to say that this race has been completely and utterly balked.
Yes, we will bring drivers in. We believe the race is over, so we'll bring some drivers in a moment's time and just get some clarification right now, because we do not know what we're doing. I did put a vote in the chat of a driver of the day because we were thinking it was going to work, but I think that might be scrapped for this round, so which is a bit unfortunate because I would have given it to Randrop hands down. But
and fair play, starting in 10th position, getting a podium, which would appear to have now been denied him, unless a result is going to be taken from a previous lap or something, which we can't confirm because we can't see beyond lap 20 and 21. So there's nothing.
I'm going to quickly check if Randrop's still streaming. I'm going to have a little look. Apparently he's still going. He's got replay cameras on right now, so he has finished the race as Randrop, and
yep. I'm just basically looking at a pack of them just wandering around, going through 6, 7 and 8. So yeah, as Hypnotism just said, they will probably run out of fuel eventually if they...
I've never seen this before.
But this is a highlight. This is something to remember right now, so get your cameras out and savour this moment right now. This is probably the weirdest but the funniest thing I've ever seen in F1 games ever right now. Now we've got a Ferrari in the middle of a Sauber, I believe that is, and it's like a little parade lap right now, but we do need. I think we need to get someone from Split 1 right now down here and just get some clarification.
I will see what I can find.
Thank you very much. As
it is all still from the programmers, you know. You wonder when they stop with the programming, basically.
I've got to say, we've got a Sauber, now we've got a Ferrari and a Renault right inside each other, which is a first. So
I wonder what that colour was, but
we've got apparently now it's an endurance race, 21 hours of Catalunya. I think that's a great stream for this one.
Yeah, but at this pace.
At this pace, yeah, it's a bit weird. So we'll have to wait and see if anyone from the top. I think we should get Randrop down personally, because we know he's finished the Grand Prix, and we think he is driver of the day by a country mile right now.
Well, I'll bring Randrop over because as he's not racing anymore. That much we know.
If you like what you're seeing right now, this funny moment, hit that like button on my video right now if you like this funny moment. This is something to remember by. But we have got Randrop in now.
Just brought Randrop over. Hello to you.
Oh, hello.
I just stole you from the Split 1 channel.
Oh, okay. Could you just clarify what is going on your screen right now?
On my screen at the moment, I've got Nick B in 5th place doing 40 miles an hour.
Yep, I've got Nooker in P5 on my screen, so...
pretty much everyone's run out of fuel now.
According to this, I won the race.
That is correct. I was watching your stream to find out what lap we're on, because of what happened. But this, I think, have you ever seen this before, Randrop?
Once or twice.
This
usually happens if the host disconnects and never comes back.
I think was it Nally that was hosting this one?
Nally was hosting, and then about lap 20, 22.
Yeah, about 21. Yeah, I was actually watching him from Wycombe's perspective. He just suddenly smashed into the wall, seemingly without cause. But I think
it seems that people joining seems to.
There we go. We've got race results.
Oh, there it is. Nick B. According to is the winner. Where the hell did Berg go? Oh, he didn't finish. Apparently, Berg and Nooker didn't finish.
Race winner Muffers. Oh. Nick B.
No,
Nick B. Randrop, you got second according to this one.
Well done for your P2 on the race. Well done for your P2. But,
yeah.
Thank you.
But we don't know. We don't know if this is official confirmation or we may have to do a re-race. We do not know. But we hope to get Fizzy down. Hopefully you can get some clarification on this. But whilst I just change scene quickly, Cody, have you got any questions for Randrop about his race before we had the calamities on lap 21?
Well, yeah, just sort of catching my breath after that. I mean, it looked like you were really hounding down Nick. What was your feeling towards the tail end of the race before the results got completely skewed anyway? How were you feeling? Did you feel that you could take the fight to Nick towards the end there?
Definitely on the intermediates, I was catching him quite quickly, I felt. Just needed another 2-3 more laps. Maybe I should have pitted earlier. But even when I came out on the softs, I seemed to be catching him.
Yeah, it looked like you were really reading him in towards the end of that. And, I think it was voted certainly on Ryan's stream and by my own vote as well, that you were a definite contender for driver of the day. Starting 10th and through the madness, getting up to 3rd. How do you feel your race was overall?
Yeah, I think it went really good, to be honest. I seem to be able to drive better in the wet. I can't seem to put a quali lap together. I seem to just drop a couple of attempts here or there in quali, so it's never won on the first lap anyway.
How did you go setup wise? I mean, did you go for a dry setup or a mixture? How did you go? Did you realise it was going to be wet for as long as it was? How did that go for you?
Did you steal mine?
Oh, sorry, Marco. Sorry.
I saw on the session options that it was going to rain during the race, and roughly when it was going to sort of dry up. So I just stuck with my usual setup, same one that I've always used around here. So I had relatively high wings, sort of a very firm suspension. So that was about it, really.
8.7.
Yes. How did you know?
Marco knows everything.
It's not your setup though.
Well,
I can tell.
I can let you know, Ramdrop. On my poll that we've got on my stream, you are driver of the day by just 2 votes from Berg, so you can take that away from me.
Okay, thank you.
I've got to
Good
say,
job,
from where you started, I've got to say, from my opinion, you deserve it because you did a fantastic job to go through the field and with the issues. Apparently, you were leading because I did watch your stream to get an indication of what lap we're on. But
you saw my stream?
Yeah, I watched your stream on Twitch just to get an idea of what lap we're on because ours was stuck on lap 21, so we couldn't do anything. So we had to take matters into our own hands, and thankfully you were streaming. So thank the Lord.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
But obviously, if this race doesn't count, we do not know yet. But we'll hope to get Fizzy in to get some clarification. But we've got Monaco next week, a track I hope and pray that you are pretty good at, because I think you are definitely up there with the likes of Berg and Nick B potentially for maybe a race victory this season. How are you feeling going in towards that race at Monaco next week?
Monaco is my favourite track. When I started league racing, I bought a wheel, and when I started a full racing season in the racing league, I won on my 6th race, which was Monaco.
Ooh.
Nice.
So I do like Monaco quite a lot.
You always have different heroes in Monaco for some reason, so we'll be watching you, man.
Yeah, look forward to it.
Well, it's just one of those tracks, you just hook up each corner, just get into a rhythm. So if it's raining, that'll be even better.
Oh.
Oh, interesting.
I personally suck at that track, so...
Well, I don't finish that race, so, I can't say. Would you like, Randrup, do you want to give a shout out to your Twitch, especially, if anyone wants to watch your POV during our broadcast? So if you want to give a cheeky shout out for that.
Okay. Well, my Twitch will be going up on the forum after the race. So it's just twitch.tv/Ramdropje. So that's RAMDROPJE. Where I upload all racing videos and other stuff.
Great stuff.
Awesome.
I want to thank you, Ramdrop, for joining us, and we'll see you next week for Monaco, and hope you can fight with those big boys.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Look forward to it.
Cheers.
And we are joined by the veteran, the legend himself. Fizzy has joined us. Fizzy, hello.
The Lord our God.
There.
Hello, Ryan.
Hello,
Hello.
Fizzy.
Fizzy, first question, what is going to happen with this race? Because probably one of the most bizarre races we've ever seen, I think, with what happened at the end there. So could you just clarify to the viewers what's going to happen, if you know?
Yeah, well, trying to use some common sense on the fly here, because we haven't really had exactly this situation before, as far as I can remember. So yeah, basically it was at some point in the second half of the race when Nally disconnected. He was a lobby host, obviously, and he disconnected due to a power cut apparently in his house.
No way.
Wow.
And
That
yeah,
was my
basically,
guess.
yeah, and the timing on everyone's screen got completely messed up. So everyone on their own screen was leading the race. So
Yep.
I won the race on my screen. But
Fizzy, save the moment. Save the moment.
I think Bird must feel a little robbed.
Yeah, well, the thing is, so basically, but physically on the track, I think everyone's car was still where they should be. So we will, try and collect everyone's footage, try and collect, whoever saw the result screen at the end, because some of us did, try and collect the race finish time for those that did, and try and puzzle things together and get the right results. And
If you can't do that, would there be a possibility of a re-race at some point later in the season if you can't do that?
I think the Xbox re-raced Spa for some reason once.
No, that was because they wanted to do 2 spells. But yeah, I don't really want. I want to try and avoid a re-race if possible, because everyone who did the whole race deserved to get whatever position they did today.
Very true.
So I want to try and make sure that doesn't happen. But obviously, we'll see how tricky it will be to piece things together. So hopefully, I think
maybe
quite a few
two
drivers
Spains.
Yeah.
2 Spains and take 1 break week away.
Well, what we could do is we'll try our very best to give you as much feedback as possible in terms of the position.
That would be good as well. Yeah.
But I think we believe Berg won, and then it was Nick B and then Fab Racer. But after that, we have no idea.
Fab Racer,
not Fab Racer.
I think it was
Ramdrop. Sorry, Ramdrop. Sorry.
I think. Yeah, I think as well. That was Berg.
Fab Racer was
Ramdrop 4, Wycombe's 5, but I couldn't really tell you therefore. And also the race results that popped up, certainly from my stream, were a little bit skewed because Berg apparently didn't finish.
Yeah, so
was 10th.
So I think Ram was 3rd, and I think that Fab was potentially 4th.
Yeah, but apparently he had a penalty to serve. So again,
exactly. I think Wycombe gets the position from Fab because of a 3-second penalty there, because
Yeah.
he was right behind him apparently.
Yep.
But further down from that, I'm not completely sure. We're going to have to try and figure out. I think I was 8th behind Afro, but can't be like 100%.
Well, as soon as we get clarification for the viewers, then we'll let you guys know as of next week at Monaco. Speaking of Monaco, Fizzy, I know in previous seasons you've been pretty good round there. Cough, cough, Xbox side of things. I remember that very well. You got a podium, I think. How are you feeling for Monaco?
I am not feeling anything because obviously I have gotten several podiums there on Xbox in the past, but last season I crashed out.
It didn't go well for you last season, no.
It really didn't.
One of a few tracks I beat you on, so I'll take the moment of fame after that.
When did you beat me in Monaco?
Yeah, because I had the 2 spins and then had a puncher and still finished the race, and I got like P8 or something.
For God's sake. Well, everyone beat me with the finished race, I guess. But yeah, I'll try. Yeah, the thing is, obviously, compared to Xbox as well, there are the vast majority in this league uses a wheel as well, so there's no like wheel to pad advantage like there would have been on Xbox quite often. So I think there'll be a lot of strong drivers, and I'll definitely have a tough challenge, but I'll obviously try and get a good result.
Is there anything like quali this week where like top 15 is 9/10s? Then you got your work.
Yeah, crazy girl.
So I believe that will wrap things up then. Fizzy, do you want to give a shout out to your YouTube channel or wherever you use, or Twitch, or to the viewers if they want to watch you on F1, also on the iRacing side of things for Formula Renault?
Sure, obviously YouTube channel AOR Fizzy, go on there for loads of AOR League racing.
Just want to give a shout
highlights from your stream.
Just want to give a shout out to you because you're close to 20k. Just thought I'd let you know that.
Oh, okay, that's good. So go sub to me, everyone, so I can get 20k this time. But
if you don't know,
also,
if you don't know, hunt you all down.
Yeah, thank God. Yeah, also Twitch at FizzyFan91 if you for some reason want to watch me drive on iRacing on Friday nights.
I think we all do. I think we all want to see you drive on a Friday night, Fizzy. And dominate in Formula Renault, of course.
Dominate, sure. Yeah, I'll let you believe that for me.
in my world, Fizzy, you are always a winner. So, thank you very much, Fizzy, for joining us, and we'll see you next week, where I believe you'll win the race. So don't let your fans down.
God's sake, now you've done it.
Rob will steal it from
We'll see you next week, Fizzy.
Alright, see you guys.
See you, Fizzy.
So I think that will wrap things up then this week, gentlemen. For, in my opinion, and I think you all agree with me, one of the weirdest races ever.
Yeah, I've never seen. We've all seen the odd issue. One of the collection of issues we've all witnessed has popped up at some point, but not all of them. Strange tyres, people losing connection, the migrating host issue, the odd thing with the numbers. No, I don't think it all happened in the same race session. Certainly not that I've seen. Very
strange. But we will announce the winner, apparently, of my straw poll. If this still counts, we're not 100%, but hopefully we can clarify this for next week. But today's driver of the day was between Ramdrop Berg and Nick B, and the winner, with 50% of the vote, was Ramdrop. So a well-deserved winner there for driver of the day. It wasn't Max Verstappen, like someone said in the chat. Which actually is true, because he actually drove as Max Verstappen. So technically that is correct. On there. So congratulations to Ramdrop, and thank you to everyone who voted on that. But we'll wrap this up then. So next week, same time, same place on my official YouTube channel and on Kodiak's Twitch, is round 5 of the championship, and it's at the beautiful, classic, historical Monte Carlo. 39 laps await them, and all hell is going to break loose in that one. Carbon fiber is going to fly everywhere. People will crash out. It will be a good one there. So, Kodiak, it's been a pleasure as always, and Marco FD as well. Thank you for joining us to be our Kimmy's version of Ted Kravitz again.
Yeah, sure, no problem. It was kind of hard for the last race to be an analyst, but yeah, great fun again once. Thanks, gentlemen.
And also, thank you for doing us the Hot Lap guide this week for Spain, and hope to see more of you for that over the course of the season. So thank you very much for your sweaty lap, I will say. Kodiak, want to give a shout out to you for your Twitch, so if you want to just publicise that over on my YouTube side.
So that is twitch.tv/RangerCarrot1980.
And he's got a stream on Wednesday for Project Cars on AOR, so if you want to see any GT3 action, head over to his stream on Wednesday, and it should be a cracker, because it's actually quite a good season so far. So keep an eye out for that, guys, but we'll wrap it up there. So if you've liked the stream, if you like the bizarre race we've had, then slap that like button, guys, and subscribe here, and turn notification on if you want to see more of AOR as we return next week for the Monaco Grand Prix next week at 8 PM UK time, and also on Kodiak stream as well, as you mentioned just then, of his Twitch channel. We will see you guys next week, and from myself it's goodbye.
From myself, thank you very much and good night.
See you later.
See you next week.
And see you later, guys. Adios.
Good night.